I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Welcome. This is the 236th episode of the Political Spotlight, and I, of course, am your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. It's glad to see you. It's good to be here. I'm glad to be seen by you all. Welcome. Producer Kate, as always, is at the controls, doing the things and pushing the buttons. We want to welcome you to our program. If you're here via YouTube, please do the YouTube things. One of these days, we're not going to say this stuff, I promise. One of these days. Like the show, if you could, please. That would be fantastic. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Subscribing will allow you to hit the bell so you can stay up to date when we go live. Listen! If you didn't know when we went live, generally, if you just didn't know what was going on, and if you're a longtime viewer and you think, whoa, he goes live Sunday through Thursday, and then Thursday night, he told us that he would be on at 9 Friday for a special show, and then he would be on at 10:30 Saturday or Sunday morning. If you hadn't hit that subscription bell for free and then been able to, if you hadn't subscribed and then hit the bell to set up your notifications, you would not have been here at 8:30 when we went live at 8 or 8:30 Friday, when things changed out of all of the sudden. I still don't understand what happened there. But I'm going to blame it on Joe Biden and ABC News. So that's that. But that is a very good example of why you want to hit the subscribe button and then click that bell. As always, we are very interested in what you have to say. Welcome if you are watching this live. Live, obviously, meaning at 9:06 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, the 7th of July, 2024. If you're here live, please comment over there on the live comment side. If you're here on repeat at your own time, thank you for being here. Comment in the comment box down below. And if you're here on Twitter or TikTok or Facebook, just do your own thing, I guess. I always tell people, if you come over to the dark side to YouTube at least you'll be able to comment with everybody else. So that's maybe something you're interested in. If you're not, stay where you're at. And then above all, please help share the show with everyone you know. Let me jump over here and get to the comments here for a second, because I don't know. Alva, were you not here Friday? Did you not? Was Alva not on the live feed Friday night? I can't recall if he was or not. I generally know.
I don't know. I was in shock that there were like 400 freaking viewers, and confused as to why the numbers were so high. So I'm sorry,
wrong.
Alva, I don't remember if you were here or not.
Oh, he was here. Okay, so he knew he was here. Well, because you were asking the number of the show. What was the episode number for the show? There was no episode number because it was a special thing. It was a Lighthouse special yada yada thing that we did. Your Lighthouse was down in the bottom corner. Tonight's show's 236. I said that. Tonight's show's 236. 236. 236, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, also, not only tonight's show, the episode being 236, that is true. But today, first and foremost, want to say today is my Uncle John's birthday. He passed away back in 2011. He was born 7/7/57. So 57, 67, 77, 87, 97, 07, 17, 27. Holy shit. He would be 70 in a couple of years, so he would be 63. Wow. That's crazy. So, wow. Man, that is so crazy to me. My grandparents are still in their 40s. I'm still about 18, and it's just nuts. You're kind of like stuck in that space. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to, after tonight, Kate, I'm going to find that out. I don't know. If we go through tonight, I'm going to have to probably seriously find out if that's the case. Okay. So, let me see. What else do we have to say? Oh, yeah. Hey, besides today being, yeah, right. Stumblefoot. Besides today being the 7th, it is also obviously Sunday, the 7th of July, 2024. It is the 188th day without a response from Dale Basham. Wow, that's crazy. I'm telling you, it's amazing how quickly time is going, man. 188 days without a response from Counselor Dale Basham. Dale Basham has still not sent me a message, a text, an email, a phone call, carrier pigeon, smoke signals. So, yeah, I just don't know. 67. No, I was wrong. Like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. He would be 67. My grandmother just texted and said John would be 67. So I don't know what I was saying. 63. Yeah, that's not correct. There's that Delta Eagle math. The maths program at Delta. Hey, it was a good program. I just checked out. So it is what it is. John would be 67. That is correct. So that's that. Sunday, July 7th. I always thought his birthday was cool. 7/7/57. I always thought that sounded cool. 188 days without correspondence from a city councilor. That's really sad. I'm really sad. I wish he would reach out to me, because one of the questions I would ask him is straight away I would say, well, hey, since you're a voice and a vote for the mayor, where is the guy? Where's the guy been? Where has it doesn't it not? It sounds like a lottery ticket. Yeah, right. Where has the mayor been? I don't even know. I don't know if I know. I don't know if he knows. I don't know if Dan even knows, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if anyone knows where Dan has been. That's going to be what we're going to talk about tonight. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a catch-all. We're going to talk about where the mayor's been. We're going to talk about why that matters. We're going to talk about some things coming up. We're kind of in the strange period of the year, and we're in the strange period of the month. We're in week 2, so not a lot happens now. You know, the second week of the month is normally a blah week, but we're also in July when a lot of things, people are on vacation. Government's not really doing much. They don't do much most of the time, but they don't really do much specifically. They do less, even less, in the end of June, July, beginning of August, and it kind of starts to really lock down. They start getting back to work in about August, September. With that being said, we are just about 3 weeks away from the official kickoff of the election season. I always say that the election season is officially kicked off during the week of the Delaware County Fair. And the reason I say that is because both of the parties, I bet we talk about where he's not been also. I bet we talk about where he has not been also. Yeah, right. He's not been, I think he's not been more places than he has been. But yeah, the reason the Delaware County Fair has always been such an amazing time in my life. I love the Delaware County Fair. It was always long-time listeners will know that I always say that it's like such a kind of a bittersweet thing, because my birthday is July 26th, and the fair would generally fall around, like right around my birthday, generally like the week of my birthday. And so when I was little, my dad used to tell me that the fair was here for my birthday. Like, I was like, oh, that's cool. And we were really big with the fair because my dad's company put up the tents for the fair for anyone that had tents out there, like the party tents, specifically the political parties, the Republican tent and the Democrat tent. They would put those up, and so we could get into the fair basically whenever we wanted and do stuff all weekend. So like that was always a thing, but it was always sad because I knew when the fair ended and my birthday was basically over, it was like, wham, bam, thank you, man. We are done with summer. It's time to get back to school. And so I knew school was starting like right around the corner. And I was like, oh my God, it's time to get, no, see though, Charlize, he's got me blocked. I'm blocked. Are you talking about, has he posted that on his private Facebook account? Or is that what you're talking about, Charlize? Because he blocked me the day after the election. I have been friends with Dan Ridenour on his private, quote unquote, private Facebook page since 2011 or 12, since he first took over on the council in District 2. And the whole first term we were friends on there. Everything I said about him and everything we went through. And then he won the election, and then that's basically that. All during the election, he didn't answer questions. All during the election, his people didn't answer questions of mine. And the day after the election, he blocked me. He unfriended me and he blocked me. And I'll be honest, like, look, that's the same thing that I'm dealing with. It's the same thing, and it's not, because so he titles it as it's a private page. So, you know, we talk about this all the time. You know, as an elected official, you can have Kristopher Bilbrey, elected corner of, you know, Sky County, Nevada. I'm just making crap up. And I can have, you know, the elected corner page. I could have a candidate page. And then I could have Kristopher Bilbrey Facebook page. And as long as I don't post anything relating to city business or county business or the business of the office of me being elected, then I can block anybody that I want. But the second that I post anything other than my kids and my wife and my husband and my family and whatever as an elected official, the moment that you post anything other than your life, the moment that you post political crap, then you're in a problem. Well, the mayor's problem is he blew past that long ago. He posts city stuff constantly on his private page. And so while it's a little bit different than the suit with Sproles, because it's actually a government page, his official sheriff's page that he's blocked me from. Dan has blocked me from a private page, but he uses it to talk about politics. So I could sue him just the same. So what I'm actually waiting on, because I don't want to drive my attorney crazy, is I guess we're just waiting on the ruling from the Sproles deal. Then I'm going to drop that on Dan's lap and be like, look, dude, you need to figure this out, or I'm going to sue you too. So I honestly don't have it would make more sense. This seems so backwards to me, because it would make more sense for me to be suing Dan, because it's actually my city. But it is what it is. I don't know. We'll see. On the reelect page. Now, see, so that's the funky thing. They can block you on a campaign page. They shouldn't, and I always tell people, don't block anybody anywhere. Don't block anybody anywhere. But they can block people on candidate pages. They cannot block people on pages that are. But again, I guess that's questionable. Can they block you on a candidate page? It's the same thing, I guess, as having a private page. They can't block you on a candidate page if they talked about, as a sitting mayor, if as the city mayor, not federally, it doesn't have to be. Karen, I don't mess around in state court. We go straight to the top. Whatever. So Ridenour is an idiot. That's the reason. To me, that's the reason he's been gone. Because I don't see any of his shit anymore. I don't see anything from him. And he doesn't go to council meetings. You know, he goes to maybe one council meeting every 4 or 5 months. What's the deal with that? So, you know, there's yeah, where's he been? We're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about that. He won't even he won't take appointments. Well, and you know the thing with that, Alva, is because that's because and see the thing in reality though, Alva, is and I would not want to be an elected official for any reason. I've ran for office before and I would be good at it. I would be good at it. But I don't want to do it. And I think it's those kind of people that probably, the reason being is because I don't care what someone says. I don't care if you like what I say or you agree with me or whatever, or if I disagree with you, you can still say it. Doesn't bother me any. I'll even listen to you if I don't like you. I don't care to listen to you. At some point, I might get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm done listening to this. That's the thing. So that's the other thing, GW. Everyone said that Dan's been kind of MIA because he's been training for this Ironman, which Ironman's supposed to be a week from this weekend. It's supposed to be next weekend. And last year, he was part of the Ironman team. I think the Ironman team, the mayor's Ironman team was Dan Wegley, the male Wegley, Matt Wegley, and Dustin Clark. Now, look, I know that the mayor does like runs and things like that. And I think he's done the Ironman once before by himself. But Dustin Clark, he doesn't seem like somebody that's like in shape out there. Like what was his part? Was he a swimmer? Was he the bike rider? What did Matt Wegley and like, I get Dan running and swimming and biking. Like Dan weighs 92 pounds. A fart could blow him off the road. But Dustin Clark and Matt Wegley, I mean, we all saw Matt Wegley get up at the podium the other day. Like, can you imagine him? He's like, yeah, that's my cyclist. I'm doing the foodie Ironman. It's the iron stomach. Yeah, I don't know. And Dan acts like it's something big that he brought the Iron Man here. All they did was change the name. The Muncie Endurathon has been happening in Muncie for years and years. When they talk about, what's he saying? We even got Democrats on here. Yeah, more and more of them are coming on too. Some people, I couldn't even tell you who people are. Some people I think are one thing, and then they say others. That's what I like. Yeah, he is. God. Yeah, look at this. This is This is, he was the swimmer, I see. Dude, that's crazy. Oh my God. It all makes sense now. Kate, I'm getting ready to send you a picture. I'm sending you a picture that this is mind-blowing. Oh my. Who would have thought? Yeah, right. Look at this. This is ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you that's amazing. Cannot even believe it. That is nuts. The Green Lantern. The Green Lantern. He's literally got a Green Lantern shirt on. That must be his thing. Who in the hell likes the Green Lantern? What a horrible superhero. I mean, what in the world? I'm the Green Lantern. My driver is more of a badass than I am. The Green Lantern's driver was Bruce Lee. Kato was amazing. The Green Lantern sucked. That's amazing to me. Because I don't think you were here the other day, GW, where somebody, I don't know who it was. Maybe it was you. I don't know. Somebody referred to him as the Green Lantern. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, that's fantastic. I don't know why we haven't been calling him the Green Lantern. And then we see this picture from last year. This is from last year. This was from this time last year. And he's got that Green Lantern shirt on. Oh, man. That makes more like the Green Goblin. Yeah, what is that? Is he swimming? Is he swimming with the bag of M&Ms in his hand? As he's like, I'm swimming, I got my bag of M&Ms. What is that in his? It's the Green Lantern symbol, Karen. It's the Green Lantern. It's a superhero. But he's clutching that bag of M&Ms with him too. Oh crap. Well, that's amazing. I'm gonna send you another picture. If you get a second, just when you get a second, put that up, because you'll see the other guy on their team who swam, and he if Dustin Clark was the Green Lantern or the Green Goblin, Matt Wegley was the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bike my way to this. That makes sense. He's red all the way down. Redhead. That's his problem Oh my God, I just realized it. That is Matt Wagley's problem. He is a redhead. I have just figured out the problem. Matt Wagley is a redhead. That's the problem. I'm waiting for my text. Hold on. I'll be getting a text in just a second. Stand by before we move on. That's just me. Hello. Wait, am I supposed to be putting a picture up there? You spun it around and was showing it to him, but it was just me. Oh. So did Wagley do 25% of the race? Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, I got a text I was telling you about. That's hilarious. Did he do 25%? Dan has dirty hazardous parks. Gotta love Muncie. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Yeah. Good Lord. I mean, I don't know. Was that the Iron Man? Or I don't know, man. Or it looks more like, I'm not even going to say it. It looks bad. It looks really bad. Well, the thing is, Brandon, that's hilarious, Karen. The dumb, dumber, and dumbest. The thing was, Brandon, it was supposed to be swimming, biking, and running. Swimming, biking, running. But Wagley's got there and said, oh no, I'm going to bike first, then we'll swim, then we'll run, then we'll swim. He did it all out of orders because he doesn't need to do things, in order, alphabetical order and English order, in the way that we do things. He just gets to pick. The first part of the rules say line up at the starting line. He did that mission. Yeah, right. Good. I knew we were both looking at the joke there somewhere. That's good, Brandon. So, I don't know, man. It's really, really bizarre. Man, it tells me, look at this bull crap. I don't know what this is. What is this? I just found this just as I clicked over because I wanted to start to get on something, and then look what I get notice of. Kate, can you? I'm temporarily blocked on Facebook for some reason. It looks like
okay. What do you need me to do, Chris?
By going too fast. You've been temporarily blocked. Can you just go to my Facebook and see what my last post was?
Sure can.
That would be fantastic.
Do you want me to share it, or do you want?
No, just see if it was the post of the podcast, then we're good. But I don't know what the hell that means.
It's the post of the podcast, and it shows right now you and me on the screen with you're temporarily blocked.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that stops me from doing then, but okay, very good.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's weird. Stupid. Facebook is stupid. Okay. So, well, the other day, I went to, it wasn't, I guess it was yesterday. It was Friday night into Saturday. As I laid, I figured that's what you meant. Watch it. I'm still getting text from my grandmother. The other day, as I laid down, and I was laying down on the couch, and I thought, I'm going to watch some TV before I go to bed. And I started to make a Facebook post. And what I started doing was I started just writing it, and I was going to like do some like changes and edits to it. And then the next thing I know, I woke up in the morning and I was on the couch and I'd slept there all night and I'd been there and I was like, oh. And I had this strong sneaking suspicion, this feeling that I had left something undone, that I was in the middle of doing something, but I couldn't remember what it was. And then several hours later, I got on Facebook and I noticed, oh, hey, look, I've got some kind of weird post here. And how I knew it was messed up is on all of my posts, I always put the date first. I always put, in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number. So I put like 07.07.24. And people are like, why do you do that? It tells you the date. I do that because it makes it easy for me to search. Because Facebook does not make it easy for you to search things. But by me putting the date in, it makes it easy for me to search stuff for later. And I had not done that yet. And so on my post, I put Munsonians near and far. What has Muncie, Indiana Mayor Dan Ridenour been up to since starting his second term on Monday, January 1st? What has Ridenour? And then it like trailed off and it had some numbers and letters. And it must have posted. My phone fell off of me. And people were like answering. And I was like, man, do they think I'm drunk or what? And so I finally fixed it. I woke up and like a long time later, I was like, oh my God, I got to fix this. So the actual post, starts off with 7/6/24, Munsonians near and far. What has Muncie, Indiana Mayor Dan Ridenour been up to since starting his second term on Monday, January 1st, 2024? What has the Ridenour administration seen through to completion as of late? What has he taken to the city council? Have you noticed he doesn't even attend city council meetings anymore? He hasn't attended council meetings with any regularity in nearly 2 years. Why? When is the last time we've had a Dream with Dan meeting? Why do we not have these anymore? Why has this man stopped any form of serious communication? Any answers? We'll be discussing this coming up next week, Sunday, July 7th through Thursday, July 11th, yada, yada, yada. And we've got some interesting comments. We've got some interesting comments on here. Charlie says, completion, touch a truck in a space that other things were to go per previous announcements. So I do agree. He did announce the touch a truck. They had the touch a truck, and touch a truck is now over. So he did that. That happened. Troy Chester, in the key of Afro Man, wrote "Roll Another Blunt," and then la da 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 da's the Afro Man thing. Dan was going to clean his administration till he got high. He was going to get up and find the broom, but then he got high. His administration is still messed up, and I know why. Why, man? Hey, yeah, hey. Because he got high, because he got high, because he got high. He was going to go to class before he got high. Come on, y'all. Check it out. He knew he cheated, and they could have passed, but he got high. Firemen were taking the test again, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, hey, because he got high, because he got high, because he got high. He was going to go to court before he got high. He was going to do the right thing, but then he got high. No, he wasn't. they took his whole paycheck, and he knew why. Why, man? Yeah, hey, because he got high, because he got high, because he got high. He wasn't going to hire more cops, but he was high. I'm serious, man. He was going to pull right over and make a phone call, but he was high. Now he's stuck wondering why, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, hey, because he got high, because he got high, because he got high. So it keeps on going and going and going and going and going. Good stuff. And then Troy Chester put a picture of the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone. I forget his name. Damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways. So I then posted, there, I finished it. LOL. I knew I was doing something as I fell asleep. And so I'm glad somebody liked it. Troy Chester liked it. I think he got it. Someone posted, I have a feeling that some of the other people who were featured on Dream with Dan are glad they aren't going on any longer. Also, I don't like to make predictions when it comes to Dan, but I feel like he might set a great example of how not to be mayor to the rest of the country once his term is over with. Well, hopefully his term will be over with. I mean, I'm hearing mixed things on whether he's going to run again or not. I really don't know. Todd Klotz said maybe he's running a newspaper in Montana. That's a good guess, but I don't think we could get that lucky. Those were some obviously funny things there, but honestly, if you've noticed, so listen, Dan doesn't go to the MRC meetings anymore because we've got Jeff Howell to do that. Dan doesn't go to the Board of Works meetings anymore. He's not been at a Board of Works meeting in a very long time. He doesn't go to council meetings. The only time he goes to a council meeting is when he's there to plead and beg for them to do like the fire department thing. And store is not getting done. The store estates is a disaster. Of course, I went on record last week saying that I have some sneaking suspicion that the store situation has turned into a cluster. I feel, ladies and gentlemen, as if whenever he announced the deal with the store estates, that he either jumped the gun or something happened, and that's now a done deal. And you notice anytime anybody brings up the deal with DR Horton and the Sportsplex, they're like, oh, that's going to be in the fourth quarter of, wait a minute, is it the fourth quarter of this year or the fourth quarter of 25? Do you know, Kate? Is that supposed to happen in the fourth quarter this year or the fourth quarter of 25? Charlize, do you know?
I think it's fourth quarter this year for the closing, right?
Well, yeah, dude, we're here. I mean, we're knocking on the door.
Well, fourth quarter should open October.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's...
Yeah, October should be beginning of fourth quarter, so...
Shoo-wee. Well, okay, so want to go... Let's go out on a limb here. Nothing's going to happen with DR Horton And that Sportsplex in October of this year, that's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. The MRC owns property that has 4 football tall grass on Hoyt. The city went through Shedtown tagging yards, but the redevelopment commission doesn't have to adhere to the ordinance like homeowners do. Stumblefoot, what property is that? Do you have the address? You can either put it here or send it to me privately. Sportsplex is awful. Well, yeah. Well, and hey, Brad Hickman, how you doing? It's been a minute since I've seen you. Yeah, it is, but the Sportsplex is supposed to turn into a massive housing development that D.R. Horton is going to build. I'm convinced that D.R. Horton does. Here's what happened. Where I drove through the other day was Store Estates. That's not over in Shedtown. Store Estates is over on the west side of Muncie. So people, I guess, because we are talking to people that aren't specifically from Muncie, that don't really necessarily have a specific understanding of Muncie, we can do this. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me get this pulled up. Okay. What is this? That's hilarious. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to okay. Okay, so let me pull this up here so y'all can see. Basically what we're looking at here. Sorry, I was looking at something kind of crazy there. Who owns Store Estates and where's the 4-foot grass? In both areas. So number one, Store Estates is currently owned by the Muncie Redevelopment Commission, by the MRC. So that's who owns Store Estates. D.R. Horton's supposed to be taking it over at some point, but they haven't. And grass is about 4 foot tall there. There's also a lot on Hoyt where MRC also owns, and the grass is apparently 4 foot tall. The Sportsplex is up on Muncie's northeast side, and amazingly, the MRC owns it, and grass is also 4 foot high. So for all of you that are not from the Muncie area, or for those of you that are, and are like my mother and can't get from 18th Street to 12th Street. Here's a map of Muncie. Obviously, north is going north. This is the Delaware County Airport. That's the north of Muncie. This is the south side of Muncie. This is the Muncie bypass. That's 367 and 35. This road here is 32. It's the divider that takes you on into Main Street, Jackson. This becomes Kilgore. 32 takes you out to Yorktown. The little Y that you see here, that's Walnut leading you down there, Madison Street. And then there's Wheeling taking you out there. That Wheeling was the big talk this last week. And then this is Broadway. Okay. So for all of you guys that don't know, Shedtown, for everyone that's not from Muncie area, this down here basically is like the Shedtown area right here. Here's like the Shedtown area. This road right here is Hoyt. This road that runs out of here, this artery is Hoyt. And this is the Shedtown area, okay? This is the south side. We're going to get up into Industry neighborhood over up in here. Here's Whiteley. We're going to be in Whiteley up in here. Morningside. Here's Riverside, Normal City here. And then you're going to get into the Old West End and all of that. I was talking to somebody a while back and they were like, man, what is the deal? Like with all of the different areas, I'm like, Muncie's just like any other city. We've got a lot of like, I guess people aren't used to that in like the Midwest, but Muncie for being a small, large city, I've never really understood. Is Muncie a small, large city or is a large, small city? And that's like the same thing. So I don't really know that it matters, but for whatever the hell Muncie is, for being a large, small city or a small, large city in the Midwest, we've got a lot of like specific areas, a mid-major. I'm going to start saying that. Muncie's a mid-major city. People will be like, are you? I didn't know you were talking about Muncie. I thought you were describing strains of marijuana. Low to mid-major. Muncie has a large amount of like areas, like neighborhoods, like, you know, when you're talking about like Compton and all those areas out in LA. There's Morningside, and it would be interesting to go through and see who could name the most. Morningside, Whiteley, East Side, Blaine, Industry, South Side, Southeast, Thomas Park, Avondale, Shedtown, South Central, East Central, Old West End, Riverside, Normal City, Anthony, North Side, Westridge, West Side, Carlton, Sky Park, Northview, Forest Park. I'm getting like all over in my mind. Like, and if you notice, if you drive around the city, each one, a cheese box, each one of these areas, like they've actually started putting up. I just noticed this the other day when I was like talking to somebody. most of these little areas are getting their own like really nice, neat little street sign put up in them. And yeah, but it even goes beyond the neighborhoods. It goes a little bit because now the borders kind of go out, and it's just really interesting. It's really interesting.
Weren't some of the neighbors using ARP money to put up their the signs?
Yeah, some of them were. Yeah. That's one of the big things was, that well, specifically industry got that really nice. Everyone's like, they're all happy about getting a sign. Avondale. Yeah. Avondale. Absolutely. I forgot that one. We're setting up our pallet sign. We're setting up our pallet sign in Shedtown. Yeah. For those people that are not familiar with Muncie, Ball State area, the Ball State area is here, like the actual university area, for where the university is here, and then the neighborhoods that support like the professors and whatnot, and what people consider the rich side of the richest side of Muncie would be this area here, northwest into the west side, out towards Yorktown, Players Club, all of that crap. So there's that. So that's that. But no, getting back to Ridenour, man, where I'm blown away that we are unable to see Ridenour for the first time in he's been in office now. We're into his fifth year in office. Yeah. So for the last 4 years, there's been a car show at City Hall where the mayor and the fire chief and the police chief or the deputy chief has walked around and given out the trophies. They didn't do that this year. They were shutting down Wheeling. Have you noticed how much they're just not doing? How insulated Ridenour is from the public? He's not running again so he can hide from here on out. He doesn't need to be seen for re-election. That's what I originally thought. But then I got to thinking, the problem is, well, yeah, he definitely hates people. He definitely hates people. That's very clear. But I got to thinking that maybe it's the opposite. Maybe he understands that there's so many people out here that are lost and think that everything's going great. See, so for so long, everybody was like, at least he's not Dennis Tyler. And that carried him for so long. And so many projects that Dennis started were being completed under him, and he was getting to ride that out a little bit. He was getting his picture taken on projects that are being completed that were started under Dennis Tyler. And so he got the benefit of those situations. Well, now we're to a point where those projects are done. And now anything that's getting done or not getting done is solely on him. And so if he hides, he doesn't have to get those questions that he hates getting. And that could put him up. That could put him up for possibly running again. I agree with Alva, because Nora is obviously, let me ask you this. Who does not see Nora setting herself up to be his next challenger? Jeff keeps acting like he's going to run. From everything that I've got from Jeff, I've not talked to Jeff in months. It's been months since I've talked to Jeff. I probably talked to Jeff last. We messaged each other, or we spoke through comment section maybe a month ago. But the last time I spoke to him on the phone, it's been several months. But from everything that I'm hearing from people around Jeff, from everything that I'm hearing from people that are like claim to be on the inside, Jeff is going to be running again. So I think that'll be interesting, but I also fully believe that Nora is positioning herself to be the anti-Dan. She is setting herself up to be the, look, just as I knew or believed she would. And listen, we might have to fight that bridge at some point. But I will tell you this. As of right now, Nora's doing a good job. I'm not saying anything negative on her. Nora's not questioning anything better or different than I'm questioning. I'm doing the same damn thing. So, it's not like she's the one hero out there, because I'm asking the same questions and I'm sticking it to him too. But I applaud her effort, because she's the only person that's doing that. The problem is the stuff that she's doing that sets her up to run is all the things that are. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've got nothing against what she's doing. I mean, I'm okay with what she's doing. And listen to me. Even if she runs as mayor, and she is a mayor that runs differently than what he's been doing, okay, maybe she learned her lesson. I don't know. I've got no way of telling that right yet. Even though her son was fine. Look, here's the bottom line. I don't hold that to her. There's plenty enough I can hold against Nora. There's plenty enough that I can put on her and call her out. I can't hold it against her, because it's stepson, first of all, which, listen, I don't make a distinction in that, because there can be situations where step parents and step kids can be horrible, but that's not been my life. My life has been, I consider the people that are in my life that are step to be, step is not a thing. They are full blood people to me. I don't consider them any different. So, and I think that's the same way that they were. I think that he was like a son, but I don't hold that against her, his issues, nor do I hold her issues against him. Where I held their issues against each other like that was when they were intermixed in each other's problems. And then that was an issue I had, but we can't talk about that. But yeah, absolutely. I understand family issues, but you don't try to put them in sensitive positions. Yeah. He did not learn it at home. Yeah, and, yeah. Everybody's got got their own demons and has to fight that on their own. Whatever. But I mean, I think that there are definitely situations where parents can make a situation worse and can damage a person, but I don't think that's what happened there. That there are a lot of I's and S's in that. I love it. There are a lot. She must have some serious issues because there are a lot of letters in that word. I just want to, I mean, something is going on. And Karen, like Tweety said up here, I don't know where it was, that the crisis center is the biggest deal right now, is the most urgent. I mean, we are in, I just went by there the other day. I was talking to Audie, and Audie told me to drive by there and look. And I drove by there. I was with my grandparents. We drove by there the other day, and they've still got a lift, like a one of those lifts that you go rent from, like Mr. Super Rent or something, and you plug it in, and it's got wheels on it, and it's got the boom, and it can take you up, and you can do like electrical light work. They've got that inside, sitting inside the crisis center, like a barn. I almost don't know how they're going to get it out of there now. I almost kind of feel like they build it around the damn thing, and it's like stuck in there. That would be hilarious if they built this damn crisis center around this lift. And now they can't get the lift outside, and they're going to have to tear a hole in the wall. That would be amazing. How can anything be urgent and is already a yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like already a failure. Where are we on this? I'm just asking anybody out there that's watching that cares, would they consider that? I would think so. It reminds me, there used to be a kid story or something like that where there was a machine that dug, and it dug a hole into the ground, and then they couldn't get it out. I can't remember what that was. It's in there somewhere. But crisis center, his plan is to stall it so it won't finish, and he can use that property for something else. Yeah, but what are you going to use it for? It's now going to be set up to be, it's going to be set up to be like a medical type of a thing. So what are they going to use it for? And it's a medical type of a thing. And forgive me for not having some better word for it, but that's what it is, because no one really truly knows. They've set it up to be a medical type of a thing in an area that is absolutely not an area that needs a medical type of a thing. It won't have a restroom in it. We're going to get to that. I'm going to end on that park thing. We have a very special report from Kid Rock here in a minute. I'm going to talk about the parks. But yeah, he can sell to hospital, for doctor's office or medical offices. I'm going to look that up, Chris Bunner. Mike Mulligan. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Man, that is really amazing. I gotta, yeah. Huh. Interesting. That took me way back for just a second there. Anyways, I'm glad you were here. I'm glad that you saw that, and I'm glad that you commented. So yeah, well, Belinda's got it. I don't know what his relationship is there. Remember, his plan is to annex as much as he can, so an already complete office space would be great to sell for a spin on something great he has done. Where do you think he's annexing? I've not heard anything about this. You've told me about this before, about him annexing. Where do you think he's annexing? I mean, annexing would be quite a big deal. It's been a while since Muncie's annexed anywhere. We need to, really. But I think, man, the county deal, the relationship that the city has with the county, or the lack of relationship that the city has with the county, you know, I would like to I'm looking. I think that the city could annex Hamilton Township area. North side for sure. So that would be, he wouldn't annex this far out. He wouldn't annex this far. There's no way. There's no way in the hell. There's no way the county would let him get over on that. There's no way. I was going to say, because like this area up in here, without giving it too much way, this area up in here is my area. For those of you that are unaware. There's the Muncie Dragway. Here's Albany. There's Eaton, Gaston, Yorktown, Daleville, Cowan, Selma. For all of you out of the area people, DeSoto. He is already planning ambulances in Station 4 and 7, has been talking about annexing north to get tax dollars and take over. Man, that would be a major battle. I wouldn't. Probably Breezewood and Southwind. Man, I wouldn't be against that. I don't know. I would need to think. I would love it. I mean, hey, come get me. I would love to actually be in the city limits of Muncie. That would be flippin' amazing. Of course, everybody's been talking about this whole, they're all like, oh, we're afraid of Unigov. Of course, people are idiots because like Unigov is not something that we can do. Unigov has to be done from the state level, and it's not something that like any specific one candidate or elected official around here can do. Yeah, he's like, oh, no, we're not. Screw getting the south side, the north side. We're not going to take Bilbrey into the city. Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons with it. Yeah, the article says they bought it strictly for the license and sold it to ECIBG, and they want to use the license for future restaurant or business. That's what they've always said. Of course. That's yeah. You're right about. I mean, you're right about all that. That's 1000%. Belinda Munson owns. If you're looking at the city of Muncie, and you're looking at. Okay, here's Main Street. Here's Walnut Street. Here's City Hall. Here's the old jail, that triangle UFO looking place. Here's the old county building that still uses county offices. It's just not the county. It's not the Justice Center anymore. That's not the Justice Center anymore either. There's Tui Pool. Belinda owns a lot of property up in here. Here's the old Munson car lot. And Belinda owns a bunch of this crap back in here, over in here. And a lot of people, the city of Muncie is doing a lot of work. Here's Columbus Avenue. We hear them talk about Columbus Avenue on MRC meetings all the time. Here's Walnut Street. They're doing a lot of crap up here. Here is where the new Y is right here. Here's Central. Here's the new Y building. This is the McKinney Live Learn neighborhood. They're doing a lot of work. They want to clear out all of these homes. They want to clear all these homes out right here. Clear everything out. And make all new development in here. They're wanting to make this like the new hip part of town, not the ran down drug shacks where they're, trap houses that they're afraid of everybody living there. They want to tear all this shit down and put up all new places, because right across the river, you cross that river, bing 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 bing, and now you're into the mayor's neck of the woods. Here's the mayor's area here. The mayor and the Wegleys. They live like, I think the mayor and Shireen and her husband have two cans attached by rope through their upstairs windows, and they talk to each other. Here's the Eagle's Nest. Doesn't it sound like a Nazi? What is that, Kate? What was Hitler's?
The Eagle's Nest.
The Eagle's Nest. That's what I'm saying. The Eagle's Nest. That's what I thought.
That was Hitler's thing on top of the mountain, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the 101st took. The Eagle's Nest.
Eagle's Nest. Yeah, that's hilarious to me. Dan's Airbnb is named after Hitler's hideout.
It's disturbing to say the least.
Right.
But I suppose when you look at the personalities of the two gentlemen in question, then draw whatever parallels you like there.
Yeah, right. So, do we call it the Eagle's Nest? Is that what we call it from now on? So, that's interesting. But yeah, that's so she owns a bunch of that area up in there, and that's what I've heard is that she's waiting for a bunch of that to happen, and she's got that in her back pocket like for a rainy day. She's got that in her back pocket, and that one of these days when she can put a restaurant in around there. Because see, what she was going to do was they were going to remember, if you remember back, when they were going to put in River Flats 2, they put in River Flats 1 or whatever. River Flats 1 is the apartments. Follow this river around. Here's White River, follow it around. Okay, here's City Hall and all this. Here we follow this White River around. Okay. Now River Flats, River Bend, or whatever it's called. River Flat. The apartments that they put in, where do they put those? It's right here. But they're not on the, yeah, it's right here. This apartment building. White River Loft Apartments. Yeah, that's it. They were supposed to start why does this thing say the mayor's office? That's weird. Cuz that's City Hall. Anyway, that might have been where, before they tore that down. I forgot. All right. That's funny. They've torn all this down, and they were going to do work here. And that's just stopped. That's where they had the touch a truck area. Someone said that would have been a good area. This would have been a good area for the Y. With all this being torn out, they could have put the Y right here and not screwed with this area here. Although there is more area here than here. So I understand that. But with the White River Apartments 2 or White River Lofts 2, a restaurant was supposed to be coming with that. And so my theory always was she was going to sell the liquor license or put the liquor license in that restaurant and make, buku money off of it. Well, now that's fell through. That could be part of why she's mad at the mayor. Because, we had a big falling out between her and the mayor. Interesting. Hey, Audie, there Audie is. I don't know why they want to drag downtown down one road. They have always complained that's what happened to McGalliard. Yeah, that's a good thought. What they're wanting to do, in fairness, Dan's wanting to do kind of the opposite of that. But it's very weird how they're doing it. What Dan's trying to do is Dan's trying to clean all of these, all of the Muncie people, all of the yuck, which is his word, not his words, I'm paraphrasing, but the way he seems to be. He wants to clear all of the old bad people out of all of this area here. And he wants to make this a nice new hip area. And they're going to turn it into, this is going to be Carmel 2.0. And all of this is going to be the 15-minute city, the nice new walkable, livable area where everything's down there for all of the nice new beautiful people. All of the doctors and lawyers that Dan's friends with, apparently. All of the people that he's bringing to Muncie. I don't know where they're coming from, but they're gonna be able to live all down through in all of this. It's gonna be like a triangle, basically, that the downtown government center will be from the river bend here down over and over all that area through there. But yeah, Audie's right. The contractor pulled out, but I mean, again, that could be why. I'm just speculating. These are just speculations because it's weird that Belinda Munson and the mayor has had a falling out the way that they have. It's just really strange. And a lot of people, that a lot of people say that's the reason is because she doesn't like that he's not communicating and that he's not being transparent and that he's not being how he promised he would be. And that's the reason she's mad. Yeah, Karen, this is the river. This is our honest to God actual river. And it's not been like messed with. This is the reason the Native Americans, the old wives' tale, that we don't get hit by a tornado, because we have this bend in the river like this horseshoe in the river. That's the reason. There it is. I thought the Tyler Canal area was going to be the hip new area. Well, yeah, it was going to be. Yeah, see, here's the river there. Here's the river, Karen. How it goes. Yeah, the Dennis's ditch. Comical. What is this? What? Yeah, we didn't. So yeah, man, I don't know. There's been a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of people that have been talking, basically since the big fights with between Andrew Dale and Jeff Howell. And about since we've basically determined that Jeff Howell is not really the economic development director, he's basically just the reader for the MRC. People have been wanting to know why Dan is MIA, where he's been, what he's doing, what is something in the works? Is it not is he just planning to hide out? Did he literally get elected? Well, that's what I was going to ask you guys a minute ago. Please, for any of you that are vocal about things, for any of you that reach out, for any of you that comment on the city's things, I want you guys to do me a favor over the next couple of weeks. I want you to start asking everybody. I want you to start asking Michelle Owen. I want you to ask Wagley. I want you to comment anytime the city comments. Why are we not having a Dream with Dan? Where are the Dream with Dans? We need to start having a Dream with Dan. We need to start having those. We need to have them monthly, because those are the only place where he's at and we have him cornered. We need to push them into having those Dream with Dans, because I will show up there. I will go there and I will force him to answer there on the record. Where it's not officially on the record, it's not a meeting or anything, but I will get him on the record. Where are these things? What's going on? Why are we not doing this? What the hell's going on? Where have you been? Why are you hiding? Shireen blocked me today over the Thomas Park video and IC code comment. Yeah, so over the 4th of July weekend, if I can get these to pull up here, because I have been, Facebook is now crazy, telling me that I can't access this crap. What is going on? Where, Kid Rock, where is your where's all that stuff happening at? Where did all that stuff take place at? On Facebook. Okay, I got it here. So, going back a couple weeks ago, you remember when we talked about the deal out at Thomas Park? Well, they went back, and this is a big outside holiday. People are outside playing, going to the parks, having fun, families doing things and being in the parks with kids and families playing and having a good time. So they go back to Thomas Park to play and have a good time. And, hey, sometimes nature calls. You got to do your business. I can remember one time me and my dad were down at Mammoth Cave, and we were swimming in the pool. Me and my dad's girlfriend at the time were down in the pool, and I had to use the bathroom. I was probably 8 or 9 years old. I had to use the bathroom really bad. And I was like, come on, Dad, let's go. And we were like running, and Dad's like, I'm going to beat you up there. And we were like running, and we were staying in one of those hotels that it's like 2 stories, It's got the little office that's detached from the building, and the building is like an L, and all the rooms are on the outside. You pull right up to it, and you get out and you go to your room, or you go up the stairs and there's a little balcony and you open the door and you go right in, and the glass there. It's like Holiday Inn used to be. And me and my dad are going, and my dad's girlfriend had the key to the room. I didn't know this. He didn't know this. We run in, and we go to this door, and Dad's like, all right, you better get in. And I was my dad was on my back, and I'm to the door, and Dad's like pressing me into the door, and I thought the door must have just been opened. We opened the door and pushed it in without the key, and we were one room over from our room. And so when we opened the door, there's a man and a woman laying in bed watching TV. They were on their two separate beds. Like the woman was on the bed facing the wall, and the man was on the bed facing the door. And when we opened the door, the man jumped off of his bed onto the woman's bed and fell between the bed and the wall. And they're like screaming. And I was like, didn't understand why they were in our room. And my dad's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, what? I'm just like, I'm still running in to use the bathroom. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Why are these people in here? And I get about halfway through, and Dad's like, this isn't our room, nut. And I'm like, oh. And so I walk out, and by that time, my dad's girlfriend's up the stairs, and she's got the key. And my dad's like apologizing to these people. We went like, we missed our door. We went like 2 doors past where we were. And so we ran in on these people, scared them to death. They thought they were going to get killed or something. I don't know. So that's what happened. But we finally made it to the bathroom, thank God. But yeah. So, stuff like that happens. People have to use the bathroom, even in hard play, it happens. And so that's what, Kid Rock does here. And we're going to show you that. But before I went back and I saw this, I didn't know what was being said in the comments, and I had to go back and see this. I see this here. Everyone, if you see this here, and if your thoughts and prayers could go out to Nicole. She says, please say a prayer for me. I'm about to lose my daddy. So apparently he's sick or something like that. So my thoughts and prayers definitely go out to you. I hate to hear that. Definitely do the family thing, be there with him. And I hate to hear that. So that's a bad situation. Do what you got to do, and take the time, and we'll see you back here. If you need anything, let us know. If there's anything we can do, that's a tough situation. So our thoughts and prayers are definitely with you. Here we go. This is a video shot from Thomas Park here in Muncie yesterday.
There's people enjoying the park today at Thomas Park having a birthday. There's people enjoying the park today at Thomas Park having a birthday. And once again, here we are. How boarded up is this?
This has been months. It's been months like it's been like this.
Oh, new graffiti today. Look at that.
This is ridiculous.
There's the broken splash pad. Look at this. I just saw a little kid come in here.
There's the pizza. There's the pizza stuff that was there last time. There's the paper and stuff from the pizza. So that was there when they were there 3 months ago.
That had the potty. He was about 8. Yeah.
Oh, that's what they mean by it's
Dan,
boarded up.
this is nasty. Nasty. Would you want your kid to go in here, Dan? New graffiti. Where's the security at? Where is it? I sure don't see it in here.
That's crazy. Paula Smith, it's city's responsibility to police and secure our parks under Indiana Code 361049. We already pay for it, but the city of Muncie does not adhere to the written law, and the mayor does not provide the funding to the park superintendent, apparently. If I'm wrong, the city of Muncie will respond with a laughing emoji. Amy Marie, this is what? The police the entire city. That doesn't stop crime. Shreen Whaley, you're gross. You're blaming the shitty police department for not doing a great job at protecting our park. Dan Ridenour from Muncie Mayor. $500,000 or $5,000. It might be $5,000, but look, it can't be $5,000 to go in there and straighten up this bathroom. Straighten up this bathroom. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that's the case. They've got to go in there and deal with that. I am in the process of helping put together an ordinance, I guess, for Stumblefoot. It's because the only reason I'm saying this is because it's his idea. I'm not taking. I mean, I'll help him however I can or what he wants, but it was his idea. So I'm trying to get the paperwork put together so that he can take it to Brandon Garrett or any one of the other council members, all of the council members, as far as I'm concerned, for one or all of them to push it forward on the August agenda. It has to be before them. It has to be before them on or before 22nd. So I'm going to try to have it to you by the end of this week or first of next. I'll try to get it to you. And that way we can start pushing it before who we need to push it for to try to get it on the August. All right. This is a good question. This is a very, very, very good question. And I will tell you exactly what's happened. If a local goes out there and starts to clean that up and the city of Muncie sees that, they will go and they will tell that person to stop. And if that person doesn't stop, they will call that person. They will call the police and they will have that person trespassed. And the city has done that in the past. And people might be like, what? Why would they do that? Let me tell you why. Because as a citizen, if you go in there and you reach down and you're cleaning shit up and you get stuck with a needle that is infected with AIDS or is infected with, hepatitis, or you cut your foot off or something, then you can now sue the city for billions and billions of dollars, and it'll be horrible. So in order, now I'm not saying that maybe a church group couldn't work with the city or notify them, and they could do some stuff and have some oversight. They could definitely do something there. I get it. I absolutely think that that's something that could happen. I didn't know if you wanted that shown or not. I started to put that up there, but then I thought, maybe that's private. Are you okay with me sharing that? Is that okay that I share that? I started to share that if you saw, but I thought, that might be private. So I didn't. I stopped sharing it really quickly with that part with the foot. Okay. All right. I just wanted to know before I I was like, I don't know if that's okay or not. Here's this. I guess someone was fell in a hole. Mindy Curtis, over in front of the Ball Diamond parking lot in grass beside the walk, there was a tree beside walk one tree. A few steps from that tree is a big hole I couldn't see because the city waits a few weeks before they mow. I fell in that hole and fractured my ankle. It's been 2 weeks ago, and the doctor x-ray it. My ankle fractured and a small fracture on top of my foot. Said it'd be a month or so for healing. So, yeah, I mean, that, shit can happen, and it's a bad thing. Oh, wow, there is the hole. That's crazy. That's nuts. So clean up 2 dog parks on my own, swept the street around the dog park because of broken glass. Yeah, I mean, listen, what I'm saying is definitely crazy stuff. I'm sure people could go in there and clean that up and it would be no problem and no one would ever see it and there'd never be any issue. The problem is the first time something happens, then it's a big ordeal and yada, yada, yada. The bottom line is we have people at the park, and the park department talks about how they have all these programs where they have all these youth come in and they have all these high school and college age kids come in and people that are doing all this extra work on the side and all this stuff, interns and volunteers that do stuff. You figure we would be able to get something done. I mean, Thomas Park, look, okay, Thomas Park, splash pad, $5,000 to fix. Maybe don't fix it right yet, but what stops you from cleaning the place up? It's been months. Go in and clean the shit up. Just absolutely insane to me that they can't go in there and at least get that stuff done. So it's I just think that's crazy. And again, it's because they don't even know what's happening. Let me tell you why. Because since April 19th, Dustin Clark has been on paid leave for the city of Muncie out from the Prairie Creek, the reservoir. So the park department has been out at Prairie Creek, making sure Prairie Creek doesn't go, to shit. And because of that, they're letting all of the other parks go to shit. Now, I heard from a very reliable source that early on during all of this, the park superintendent, Carl Malone, said he was not going to be taking care of Prairie Creek, that their duty was the parks, and he would be working the parks because they were not going to let the parks get out of hand like Prairie Creek was getting out of hand. So I don't know what happened there, but I will tell you, no, Dustin is not back at work. Richard Ivy has been sent out to Prairie Creek, and he's doing the day-to-day out at Prairie Creek, and he's been doing his thing, and that leaves Carl doing what he's doing. But I think what they said is, well, you're doing whatever, but we're taking your employees and we're taking them out to the reservoir. So I know a bunch of the park employees have been out at the reservoir doing stuff, trying to get it, under control. Hell, I was just out there, and there's a lot of they've mowed a lot of areas that were not mowed, but there's still a lot of crazy areas out at the reservoir that just you cannot walk, you cannot go. It's just, they've completely let it go, and it's wild. So we need to find out what is going on. No wonder they held band camp where they did, if that's the park in Muncie look like they do. That's sad, yeah. I messaged the city of Muncie, and Shireen saw the video. They have no excuse not to say they didn't know. To forward the message to the Parks Department, I posted on the Parks and Recreation page. Yeah, they've got to know what's going on. But no. GW's right. Their attention is on Iron Man. So until Iron Man is done, the main focus is going to be the reservoir. That's going to be the main focus until this time next week. They will be on crazy duty for the res. That'll be the main thing. Now, in my opinion, in my opinion, we need to be taking care of Prairie Creek and our parks. We need to be taking care of all of the things. We need to be doing it all. Dan needs to hire someone that he can be having at work every day that isn't on paid leave. We need to know. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I need any of you that are willing to comment on the city stuff every time you do to ask, when is the next Dream with Dan? Why are we not having Dream with Dan's? We need to have a Dream with Dan. It's this week. The Iron Man, they will start coming in Wednesday, Thursday. Registration is Thursday. They'll start having some celebration things on Thursday, Friday, and then Iron Man is Saturday. Is what the deal is. So yeah, that's what it'll be. Look out, you'll be blocked if you ask too many questions. Shireen's a tool. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. Like I said, we didn't have a whole lot to discuss. I just want to keep reiterating that Mayor Dan has been MIA for various reasons. Who knows? Is he planning to be gone after this term? Is he planning on running again? Is he planning? Who knows what he's planning on doing? But he cannot let the city go to shit while he continues to do nothing. And that's what my fear is. We're getting nothing's done. Nothing's coming to a conclusion. We're not seeing anything through to the end. It is what it is. And he continues to fail in his promise, his obligation to us, to the citizens, and we need to start pushing him. If he's not going to be at the meetings, if we can't go see him at his house, if we can't go see him at his work, if we can't meet him anywhere, we need to find out why we're not having these Dream with Dans, and we need to force him into having these Dream with Dans again. So yeah, Alva, here's the thing. I am pushing. I just sent another email to City Hall on Wednesday telling them that they need to get me a printout of what they have fulfilled and what they haven't. I also sent it to the county building. We've basically got two different entities. We've got county government and city government, and they are stonewalling me at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go back through all of my sent emails. I will make my master list, and I guess I'm just going to send a complaint and list each and everything that's not filled in one complaint. I'm going to have to ask Luke how he wants me to handle it. Do I need to issue a new complaint for each one, or can I issue one major complaint for all of them that they haven't answered? Because they are well behind on several. So I am with you on that. There was a new curb that was placed in the center of the bike path. No one would paint it yellow, so a citizen went out and painted it. Several people on bikes had been hurt there. That's insane. That's just absolutely crazy. That's nuts. Yeah, I'll have to see what goes on with that, Alva. I will let you guys know, because I am getting fed up with it too. So we will see you back here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. We've got nothing going on tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 8th, so there's no meetings or anything like that. We will be back here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Same time, same place, right back here, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you can, do us a favor, hit the like before you leave. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Hit the bell so you stay up to date when we go live or when we drop other content. We dropped a couple of shorts this morning at 6 a.m. If you haven't watched those, check those out. You guys take care. Have a good rest of your holiday weekend. Have a great start to your work week. God bless each and every one of you. And we will see you back here tomorrow night. Take care. Good night. God bless. Goodbye. World.